DT Fitness is a family-run business in Ballynahinch, County Down. Here at DT Fitness, we strive to make everyone feel welcome. We believe fitness and health is for everyone and cater for all. We believe everyone deserves a safe environment they can come to get what they need through exercising and training. Commit to get fit.
Welcome to Movie House Cinemas. Popcorn? Yes, please. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. Reclining chairs? Don't mind if I do. Action, thriller, romance, we got it all. Discover the cinema today. Movie House Cinemas, home of the movies.
Glow Sunbed Hire is one of Northern Ireland's leading home hire sunbed providers. Part of the Glow Tanning Group, Glow Home Hire covers most of Northern Ireland and offers the best quality sunbeds and lamps. Robin Elliott tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influsense.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Good evening, and once again, thank you for joining us for Robin Elliott tonight, and a big welcome to all of our new viewers who are watching us on Sky 181. You're also very welcome. Now, coming up on the show this evening, one of the most famous goalkeepers in the world, Big Pat Jennings, will be chatting to him. Also, Eurovision legend Dana will be meeting the former Blue Peter presenter Konnie Huq, and we've been out and about at the launch of this year's Belfast City Blues Festival. We'll also have music from legendary singer-songwriter Tommy Sands and the brand new summer single from Conleth Kane as well. Well, starting us off on the show, as always, this week we're talking about the big talking points, and I see everybody seems to be talking about Love Island. Am I still the only person in the world who has never watched an episode of Love Island? I must be. Let's talk to Kim Kelly. How are you?
Are you kidding me? You've
I've never seen it.
Not even one episode?
Not even one episode.
Okay, I always watch the first
I remember
episode.
way back when Paddy Keelty hosted it, like a million years back. There was something a Love
that
Island
was the
thing
Celebrity
on.
Love Island.
The celebrity thing in the
That's
beginning.
different.
I watched that, but I've never watched this Love Island. I know nothing.
Okay. Well, if you've not watched it, it is a parade of very beautiful people. I mean, these people are gorgeous. Every year they wheel out basically the same people.
Right.
The girls are all gorgeous with tiny little waists and the lovely long hair and the big pouts and the boob jobs. The guys are like Ken dolls. They all fall out with each other. It runs in winter and it runs in summer. Personally,
it must be freezing in winter.
I would like I would like it to be banned, honestly.
Yeah.
I just think it sets an example to our kids that, looks really matter. Yes, we all know looks are important, particularly if you're young, but these people, they have such an unattainable level of beauty. They really do. They're all promotional girls and models and Instagrammers, and it's very much that culture of being famous just for being famous. I just don't know that it's setting any kind of example for our children. It's the most vacuous of nonsense. You can tell that I don't like this show, can't you?
But back in the day when you were younger, would
Yes.
you have ever gone on a show like Love Island, or before that when we had Big Brother or something like that?
But it was so different. Funny, I was watching something on TV from, you know what it was? I was watching Top of the Pops from like 1998. It was so different then. We didn't have hair extensions, we didn't have lip fillers, we didn't have boob jobs. We were just us with a little bit of makeup on, and maybe we brushed our hair.
So you're switching off. You're not watching
I'm switching
it at all,
off. Well, I probably will watch the first series just so I can talk and moan about it.
Yes,
because
yeah.
like any person from Ireland, Northern Ireland, I like a good moan.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do we have any Irish people in it this year?
Yes, there's a girl from
Really?
Dublin. Oh, there's always a girl from Dublin.
Well, of course, if you want to join in the conversation as well and have your thoughts and say on Love Island, join us on the socials. We'll carry on, won't we?
Yes, well, we will. We will.
Let's move off Love Island. What else have we got this week then?
Well, I've got a scoop for you.
Have you?
I've been dying to use that line. Dying. Yes, it's about ice cream.
You see, I knew she was-
Did you see what I did there? Yes, while I was moaning about Love Island, I was eating an ice cream because obviously I'm not going in Love Island, so it doesn't really matter, does it? And I was thinking, in Ireland and Northern Ireland, we punch way above our weight when it comes to the soft scoop, don't we?
We do actually,
I mean,
yes.
we really
yes.
do. So I was thinking, I thought I would do a little bit of research into the best ice cream north and south.
I love the old salted caramel ice cream.
I am a big fan of the old-fashioned Morelli's.
That's your part of the world, isn't it?
Morelli, yes, it is from Portrush. Yeah, I mean, you can't really beat an old Morelli's, can you?
Yeah.
And lots of people agree with me. Then I was thinking, I had a very nice ice cream in Strand Hill one time.
Really?
Mammy Johnson's. Are you still there, Mammy Johnson? She was very, very nice. Who else? Fusco's over in the
Fusco's are
Castlereagh
good as well,
Road.
yes.
Very good.
Very good.
And there's one on Grafton Street in Dublin. Is it called Gino's Gelato?
I think it is.
Pretty good.
I think it is.
Where is the best?
Have you ever had Jaffa Cake ice cream?
Never.
I had a Jaffa Cake ice cream and I think it was in Creighton's Garage at Finicky.
Crap, I've never had that.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of, obviously we've all heard of rum and raisin ice
Yes.
cream, but didn't Port Stewart, somewhere in Port Stewart did, now was it special brew ice cream or something along those lines? I think so. Must have just been a gimmick though, I'm
Yeah.
sure it wouldn't have.
Ferrero Rocher ice cream, I've had that,
yes,
gorgeous.
they have that. Now I wonder, where is the best ice cream in the entire country?
Yes, in fact,
I want to
the
know.
tariff everywhere. UK, Ireland, let us know where is the best ice creams. In fact, do you know what? Send us a photograph
Oh, yes, send us a
of
picture.
you eating and licking away at your ice cream.
Yes, I want to know, and then we will go down and try it for research because we're nothing if not, we're very good at our jobs. We're very good at our jobs.
We'll never be on Love Island then after all that
I don't
ice
want to be
cream.
on Love Island anyway. Chubby's cute for this season.
Right, still to come. We're talking pocket money later on
Yes.
with the lovely Konnie Huq from Blue Peter.
Konnie Huq.
And apparently kids are making an absolute fortune.
This I know. I am a mum of a teenage boy.
Exactly.
And
Well,
then they
according
want
to this new research, the nation's kids are cleaning up with their pocket money. On average, it's up by 11% during 2022-2023, outpacing CPI inflation.
Well, yes, because I did not get an 11% pay rise last year.
I think I used to get £1 a week or something. when
And
I
you
was
were
a kid.
and you were glad of it.
I had to
you were
save
glad
it.
of it.
I had to save it.
No,
to
they
buy,
have so much
to buy
money now.
VHS videotapes.
We're getting really old.
I remember I bought the Carry On collection with my £1 pocket money.
That's a really sad story.
Konnie Huq from Blue Peter coming up a little bit later on. Kim Kelly, as always, good to see you. Shall we have some music?
Let's do it.
Coming up very soon as well, I'm chatting to Big Pat Jennings.
Love Pat Jennings,
Yes,
and his
oh.
wife is lovely.
She is lovely.
What a
Also,
beautiful woman.
Dana is coming up a bit later on as well.
Dana.
And we'll chat to Tommy Sands as well. But here's Tommy with a song all about Big Pat Jennings.
Tell me, did you see him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow when the crowds go crazy? So you hear whisper, no need to fear, Big Pat Jennings is here. Big Pat Jennings is here. Born in Newry City when it was just a town, and he, a young lad dreaming, playing Gaelic football in the fields of County Down, all those ancient skills receiving. Working in the timber yard, that would be his trade, like his father had done before him. But then one day a letter came, a knock upon the door, a whole new world was calling him. Tell me, did you see him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow when the crowds go crazy? No need to fear, Big Pat Jennings is here. Big Pat Jennings is here.
So there we go, the legendary singer-songwriter Tommy Sands with a song all about Big Pat Jennings. We'll be chatting to the man himself very shortly. I've been to Newry for the big Pat Jennings dinner and
great.
a statue fund. It's going to be a statue. Did you know in Newry is Big Pat?
That's lovely.
We're going to find out all about it in just a second. But we're talking ice cream there.
Yes.
You got it wrong. It wasn't special brew.
It wasn't special brew because obviously I was thinking back to my youth. You know, the things that I drank in my youth. Special brew. Yes, it's actually Buckfast ice cream. Are you a fan of Buckfast?
Definitely not.
I tried it once.
Did you like it?
Not really.
No, I don't like it.
But it seems to be the drink that people like. I see bottles of Buckfast lying about the street the whole time, so obviously I'm wrong. I see it everywhere.
I was in a bar in a certain town in Northern Ireland that have it on optics.
I have also been in a bar that had it on optics because that's where I tried it.
Did you?
I had a little shot of it. It's not for me.
Did you used to drink things like Concord and
Yes.
Thunderbirds?
Thunderbird, Concord, and cider. Like Strongbow, big bottles of Strongbow. I'm not really making myself look very good here, am I?
No, you're not. You're definitely not going to Love Island now.
No. I'll just eat ice cream and drink Buckfast.
So you're not. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're back after the break with Big Pat Jennings and Dana.
Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Heading to the North Coast, the Jet Centre in Coleraine offers entertainment for everyone. There's an 8-screen movie house cinema with all the best movies, 10-pin bowling, a massive arcade, soft play for the wee ones. Outdoors, there's a mini fun park and gem mining, plus an 18-hole floodlit mini golf course. Rain or shine, there's something for everyone here at the Jet Centre. Find out more at thejetcentre.co.uk.
Oh My Glam Influence, an affordable alternative to designer fragrances. 10 amazing influence for you to choose from. Perfect for on the go, from the office to the gym to a night on the town. Find your essences with Oh My Glam's Influence. Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Glow Sunbed Hire is one of Northern Ireland's leading home hire sunbed providers. Part of the Glow Tanning Group, Glow Home Hire covers most of Northern Ireland and offers the best quality sunbeds and lamps.
A better future is out there. A fitter, happier, healthier one for you. You just need to know where to look. Made from 100% recycled material and built to last, Eco by Exto is planet positive, professional grade athletic gear. All the performance, none of the harm. Your better future is out there. Ours too. Go find it.
Blades and Beauty is an established hair and beauty salon in Antrim who are proud to have award-winning staff in the fields of makeup, hair, beauty and design. Whether it's a new hairstyle, a top-up tan or makeup or beauty treatments, we will make sure you thoroughly enjoy your time at the salon, leaving the salon looking and feeling great. Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
And welcome back to Robin Elliott Tonight. Now, earlier on this week, I went down to Newry for a very special night to celebrate the fabulous career of goalkeeping legend Big Pat Jennings. A fundraising night also took place to raise money for a statue that's going to be built in Newry, the home of the man himself. So here's what happens when I caught up with Big Pat, also Eurovision legend Dana and Tommy Sands as well. So Pat, here we are. It's a big night for you tonight, and there's hundreds of people who have showed up to this.
Yeah, over 500 people, yeah. And we've had 3 days of golf as well, which is unbelievable.
So how did the golf go then?
Yeah, I never played in the golf. I was just going around meeting people, photographs and that.
Yeah, brilliant.
So,
So,
busy, yeah.
big night tonight, and of course the statue's coming later this year as well. So how does it feel to have your own statue in your own hometown then?
I can't believe it, really, you know. Usually whenever you die, they put statues up, so it's nice if I can get a couple of years of watching it or looking at it. Especially Newry means so much to me, you know. I left in 1962, joined Watford at 17, and I haven't missed an opportunity back or a year back right the way through the Troubles. I've been here with the family every year, 6-7 weeks. So that's what Newry means to me.
Brilliant. And of course, playing football throughout the Troubles and stuff as well. You've done a lot as well for peace and reconciliation here in Northern Ireland, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been working the great late Derek Dugan, Cooperation Ireland. They've done a lot with my testimonial match in 1986. And then from that, Derek and myself have been trying to repay them. So we've been working from all that time doing bike runs from Dublin to Belfast. And I've got my 27th year coming up of golf at Royal County Down, all in support of Cooperation Ireland. So
you've had this remarkable career, and I suppose people ask you all the time, looking back, what's been the one major highlight? Can you single out one highlight?
To be honest, away in the early days, the FA Cup was a massive competition to win, and I was lucky enough to win that in 1967 with Spurs against Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that was the big cup. It was round the world in those days. So that was massive in those days. It's fallen back a bit now, but on a personal basis, I suppose I won League Cups then and UEFA Cup with Tottenham and 79 FA Cup with all the Irish boys in the Arsenal team. Yeah. And on a personal basis then, to be Football of the Year, we had the 75th year there this week. Football Writers, they were celebrating 75 years. I was lucky to win that. There's only 4 goalkeepers that have won it in 75 years. Yeah. So that just shows you how important that competition was to me to win that. And then I won the PFA in 1976 as well. And I'm the only goalkeeper, believe it, at the moment to have won both.
One more highlight you want to mention?
Yeah, the fact that I've been ambassador for the Irish FA and McDonald's and the grassroots programme for the last 16, 17 years. And every time I go out around the country meeting these people that do fantastic work in grassroots, they're there 2-3 nights a week with the kids, and it brings me back to the same sort of people that looked after us in the early days. So I've really enjoyed that right the way through my career.
Wow.
So, yep.
Massive achievements. And of course, when you look back at so many of your friends over the years, so many who are sadly no longer with us, and I'm thinking the likes of George Best.
Yep. George, we said earlier, we started in the international team 1964 against Wales, the Vetchfield Swansea, beat them 3-2. I keep reminding my mate at Cliff Jones at Spurs, whenever I see him, Cliff, I don't forget, we beat you my first international. But, what a player George was, unbelievable. Yeah. And it's my one regret for him that he never managed to play in the 82 or 86 World Cup with us. Just what a player to be missing.
What do you think of the Northern Ireland team today then?
Well, it's always difficult, you know. We've got Michael O'Neill back, so he'll be doing a rebuilding job on the team, and at the moment it's just a matter of getting players or getting the squad together. Yeah. And the fact that it took us so long to qualify for a World Cup, that's how difficult the job is. Yeah. As an Irish manager, like two teams in a small country. And they both punch way above their weight, but that's the way it is, and you just have to get on with it.
Exactly. Well, Pat, good to see you as always, and have yourself an absolutely fabulous evening tonight.
Pleasure. Thanks very much. Thank you.
And when we dance, we'll dance together. When we cry.
Okay, Tommy, so we're in for a big night tonight, and you've written a special song, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's a song I wrote for Pat. Actually, I wrote it in a situation. I remember going into a house where Pat was back home on his holidays. He'd come over, and I remember someone said, when I went into the house, "Big Pat Jennings is here," and there was a sense of both excitement and calmness about the effect of Pat being there. Yeah. And so I based the song around that, and looking at Pat's life as a young man growing up in Newry, also as a very famous footballer, and then also what he has been doing since he's been playing the football, going around places in the day, just bringing a sense of calmness and excitement.
Exactly. Now, am I right in thinking you went to the same school as Big Pat?
For a year we went to the same school, and we were both quiet sort of people, and at that time I didn't know him and he didn't know me, but since that I've got to know him very well, and he's a very good singer too, you know.
I never knew that.
Oh yes, well, you may not sing, but he's a good man at a ballad.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow, okay. Now, as you said, there's always an excitement when Pat Jennings is in his home city. There's an excitement here tonight in the hotel as well, isn't there?
Oh, you can feel it. You can feel the atmosphere and slowly building up, and the folks doing the sound checks and the sound man, the various people coming in, and the crowd are beginning to pour in from all arts and parts and over hedges, ditches, and all sorts of beautiful places to take part of the whole event.
Exactly. Well, Tommy, we look forward to hearing you singing later on. Good to see you.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
Okay, let's meet somebody else now. Somebody who it's always good to see. It's my good friend Dana. How are you?
I'm all the better for seeing you.
Oh, so good to see you. And I was just saying to Pauline there, you never age. What's your secret?
It's probably because you need a pair of glasses, but we're all right. Don't get them.
So good to see you here in Newry tonight. It's going to be a big night, isn't it?
It's really exciting. I mean, when they say a buzz, I mean, this is like a double buzz. It's and old friends meeting, and it's just wonderful because he's a great man. Pat Jennings, of course, an outstanding athlete, but always an outstanding person. He's never changed, never changed.
As somebody who's done a lot for Northern Ireland, a lot behind the scenes that people don't know about as well.
Exactly, and suppose like myself, he was working in England through very difficult days, but accepted and welcomed, as I always was too, I have to say, always accepted and welcomed, and that's really important, that people have, you know, someone that they can think, that person's from Northern Ireland, and they have my complete trust, and he's a man you can trust.
Now, when it comes to Northern Ireland and Northern Ireland football, I remember 1982, you came together with the Northern Ireland football team and made a record, didn't you?
I did. Well, you see, at that time, the mascot was your man.
Yeah.
And that was actually kind of the mascot for Northern Ireland. And it was a wee cartoon with a flat cap and a cigarette hanging out of the side of his mouth. So myself, my brothers John and Gerald, and my husband Damien, we wrote this, you know, song called Your Man.
Yeah.
When your man gets the ball, Northern Ireland has it all. And they said, well, why don't we do it with a team? I never thought I would have the honour of singing with the Northern Ireland team. But not only that, my goodness, when they went out to Spain, and of course they were the underdogs, you know. I was actually in Blackpool Opera House during a summer season, and at that time there were no mobile phones. So I was dying to know they were playing Spain. And I was with Little and Large and a whole bill. I think Michael Barrymore was on the bill, and a huge bill. Yeah. And it came to the finale, and Eddie Large said, well, we want to announce the results of the Northern Ireland-Spain game. And he did it like, oh, it was a disaster.
Yes, yeah.
And he says, Northern Ireland, beat them! Do you know 3,000 people jumped to their feet? They were cheering. And I was carried shoulder high around this stage. I will never, ever forget it.
Oh, you're going to sing tonight for us, aren't you?
I'm going to do my best, yes.
What are you going to do for us tonight?
Well, I'll have to do Your Man.
Of course, yes. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and you'll have to sing out very clear.
Yes, of course,
and
yes.
I'll do one that everybody will know. And, well, I'd have to do all kinds of everything.
Oh, of course. You'll never get away from that song, will you?
No, because all kinds of everything do remind me of you.
Oh, what lovely words from a lovely lady, Dana, ladies and gentlemen.
We hold each other when we're love forever.
So there we go, what a fabulous night down at the Canal Court Hotel in Newry. Congratulations to all of the organisers, including my good friend Kevin McAllister. Now we were chatting to Dana. Of course, her remix of the song Fairy Tale is currently flying up the Heritage chart, but here's one of Dana's new songs from a couple of years back. Here she is with Falling. Lovely Dana. Now, still to come, we'll be finding out what's happening at this year's Belfast City Blues Festival, and we'll be chatting about pocket money with former Blue Peter presenter Konnie Huq right after these.
Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Here we are on the north coast, where sporting legends are made. He needs this putt to advance to the next stage, but can he do it? The crowd are holding their breath. Can he cope with the pressure?
Dad, would you take the shot?
Well,
Oh My Glam Influence, an affordable alternative to designer fragrances. 10 amazing influence for you to choose from. Perfect for on the go, from the office to the gym to a night on the town. Find your essences with Oh My Glam's Influence. Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
A better future is out there. A fitter, happier, healthier one for you. You just need to know where to look. Made from 100% recycled material and built to last, Eco by Exto is planet positive, professional grade athletic gear. All the performance, none of the harm. Your better future is out there. Ours too. Go find it.
Blades and Beauty is an established hair and beauty salon in Antrim who are proud to have award-winning staff in the fields of makeup, hair, beauty and design. Whether it's a new hairstyle, a top-up tan or makeup or beauty treatments, we will make sure you thoroughly enjoy your time at the salon, leaving the salon looking and feeling great. DT Fitness is a family-run business in Ballynahinch, County Down. Here at DT Fitness, we strive to make everyone feel welcome. We believe fitness and health is for everyone and cater for all. We believe everyone deserves a safe environment they can come to get what they need through exercising and training. Commit to get fit. Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
And welcome back to Rob and Elliott tonight. Now, for over a decade, Konnie Huq has been encouraging a generation of children to become creative with making things from dolls' houses to bat caves as the longest-serving Blue Peter presenter of all time. Now, the children's author and mother of two is shedding light on the latest trend in kids' finances and the different ways they're getting creative with their money. Now, according to some new research, the nation's kids are cleaning up with their pocket money, on average up by 11% during 2002 and 2003. That's outpacing CPI inflation, which stands at 10.4% for the same period. Now, the average child, according to research, receives £6.42 a week or £338.84 a year. So things are looking good for kids' finances. So Konnie Huq, it's a great time to be a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, that is a little bit misleading because so we did find in the study that actual weekly pocket money has gone down, so weekly allowance essentially, which is probably an effect of parents feeling the pinch of these sort of hard times we're in. But perhaps to compensate, one-off payments have gone up. So earnings that kids get through, for instance, birthdays or perhaps from good school results, if you're that way inclined to give your child money for that, or I don't know, the tooth fairy, for instance. It is interesting to see that kids have actually got quite entrepreneurial. We found that actually there's been 16% increase, a 16% increase from kids earning from sort of side hustles as such. And we've actually even compiled a top 5 of the most lucrative chores that kids are doing at the moment.
Okay, so in that list, there's got to be things like doing the housework, hoovering must be in there as well.
Yes, so yeah, doing the laundry is in there at number 4, and the vacuuming, which you mentioned, at number 3. So those earn 67 pence and 96 pence respectively. And number 2, helping with the shopping, £1.11, and the top chore is cleaning the car, which gets you £2.46 in this day and age. So that is sort of our staples essentially. I know that I did cleaning the car when I was young. I didn't get pocket money growing up, so I had to save money from birthdays and so on. But there are more actually sort of more modern things, you could say, entering into the marketplace. So kids are actually doing tutoring now. That's older kids tutoring younger kids, because tutoring is hugely on the up these days. And that's seen a massive 102% increase. And there's also stuff like upcycling and selling things on, which are big earners at the moment, alongside your traditional things like babysitting, for instance. So, I mean, it's nice to see in these times of sort of instant gratification where you can just, you know, buy everything with a click of a finger, tap and touch, click and collect, Apple Pay, whatever, that kids are still sort of earning their income as well, because it's so important, I think, for young people to know the value of money and to be taught financial responsibility from a young age, because it's what kids are taught when they're young that they carry through with them to adult life.
Now, it is great to see kids taking an interest in saving, and I've been saying for some time, it's something that should be taught in school. Kids should be taught how to deal with money, how to deal with their finances, shouldn't they?
Yeah, because it's such a valuable life lesson. It really, really is important. And, you know, that's a really good sort of asset of initiatives like Rooster Money. They help kids to learn how to sort of budget, how to be responsible over money, how to put money into different pots, essentially. It means that parents can also look at what is going on within the kids' wallet, essentially, their virtual online wallet. It sounds so modern saying it, doesn't it? But we are moving into a modern era, aren't we? And actually, as the UK becomes more and more cashless, you might have noticed on the high street places that don't even take money as such, you know, kids are also moving that way as well. And I remember when I was a child, because I didn't get pocket money, I remember I saved up all my birthday money and we went on this trip to France. It was my first time abroad and I managed to lose all my money on the metro. And it scarred me deeply. Even now when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I remember that feeling I felt. And, you know, using cards, for instance, you don't have that risk. Had I had a card instead, I would still have that money. But essentially, you know, children are sort of getting with the times. And we've also seen an increase in, for instance, the number of targets set by kids for gaming currencies, which is a new thing, a new trend we're witnessing. Mine coins and Robux, which I still find it hard to get.
Yeah, I can't get my head around that.
I know. I think of it as such a waste of money. You know, you're not getting anything material for that, you know, but I guess, you know, maybe I'm an old fuddy-duddy, who knows.
So what are you working on at the minute? Any exciting projects that we should know about?
Yeah, so I'm currently doing a book which is essentially more like so my other books have been medium grade. This is more like a sort of Julia Donaldson type thing, if you know your kids' books. So it's going to be, you know, a rhyming tale as such, which has got an important message. And I'm looking for an illustrator to sort of do very beautiful illustrations. So yeah, that's exciting. And then also another book which will be out next year, which is I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is. It's a penguin compendium essentially, which I'm working on at the moment. So I've just done my first draft and submitted it, waiting for feedback.
And what about Blue Peter? Do you still watch it from time to time to see what's going on?
Yeah, I like to keep on top of what's going on essentially. And, you know, my whole thing is sort of young people and their spending habits, for instance, in this, and their viewing habits, for instance, with my own children and what they're being subjected to. So I always like to sort of keep on top of it. And actually during lockdown, my kids made an appearance on Blue Peter. I've been on Blue Peter subsequently, sort of without them essentially, but that was quite fun for them. So it's definitely on their radar now, because I'm trying to wean them off these YouTube videos, but they are the future of tomorrow. So it's so important to get them right. They've got a big responsibility on their shoulders, including when it comes to spending.
But according to the research, they are making it and they're saving away as well.
I remember as a kid, I used to sell sort of comic strips, and I know my husband actually, he started off in cartooning and he did the same. And, you know, there are so many ingenious ways of making money, and it helps kids to think outside the box. And so when it comes to pocket money, I always think, you know, it doesn't matter if your kid's earning less than everyone else. It will help them actually to value money more. I always think less is more. Mine don't get any pocket money, and hopefully that will teach them to sort of value money more and be more responsible with money, which is so important in this climate where it's harder for young people to get on the property ladder, where there's so much more vying for your attention. And as we mentioned before, you can just go click, 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 and before you know it, Amazon man is at the door and you're a lot poorer and you've got these big hoiking boxes of things you don't necessarily need that will end up as plastic pollution or landfill. So, you know, it's important to start them young, being good citizens of tomorrow, essentially.
Well, Konnie, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Take care. Bye.
Well, still to come, we've got the brand new summer single from singer-songwriter Konnie Huq, and we'll be finding out what's happening at this year's Belfast City Blues Festival. Before we do that, let's do our What's On guide and see what's happening throughout Belfast and beyond over the next week or so. We're starting at the Grand Opera House, and the Dundonald Liberation Army are back with their brand new and final show. It's called Vote DLA. It's an outrageous comedy written by Stephen G. Large, directed by Jared McCabe, and starring Matthew McElhinney, Matthew Forsyth and Joe Donnelly. And you can catch Vote DLA at the Grand Opera House from the 13th until the 17th of June. Now, staying with theatre and moving on to the lyric this time, and a show that you really must see. I caught it last week and was absolutely blown away by it. We're talking about Martin McDonagh's The Beauty Queen of Leenane. It's set in an isolated cottage in Connemara, and Maureen Folan leads a lonely life with Mag, her demanding, manipulative mother. With the arrival of an unexpected admirer, Maureen finally sees a possibility of escaping her dismal life. However, Mag has other ideas, and the two women are plunged into a desperate conflict which leads to a shocking conclusion. And The Beauty Queen of Leenane runs right through until the 1st of July. Now, following recent sold-out Belfast shows, Jules Holland is making his return to Belfast's Waterfront Hall on Friday the 16th of June with his acclaimed rhythm and blues orchestra. And he's also going to be joined by some very special guests, Pauline Black and Arthur Gaps Hendrickson from The Selector. Now, Raised on Rock and their classic rock show are the country's #1 classic rock cover band, delivering perfect recreations of the greatest guitar rock hits of all time. Expect to hear hits by Bon Jovi, Foreigner, Journey, Queen, Def Leppard, Motorhead, Van Halen and many more. So for a great night of some great air guitar, get yourself along to the Empire for Raised on Rock on the 17th of June. And finally, for now, if you want to catch a movie in cinemas this weekend, The Flash has arrived, and Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future. Here's a clip from The Flash.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be. Bruce, I could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Zod, we've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
And we'll be back after the break. We'll find out what happens at the launch of this year's Belfast City Blues Festival.
Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Let the good times roll at Super Strikes at the Jet Centre. You can now book your lane online. We've got 14 bowling lanes and 4 mini bowling lanes. Plus we serve delicious hot food and snacks, or enjoy a cold beverage with your food after the game. Discover bowling today at the Jet Centre. Jet Centre, entertainment for everyone.
DT Fitness is a family-run business in Ballynahinch, County Down. Here at DT Fitness, we strive to make everyone feel welcome. We believe fitness and health is for everyone and cater for all. We believe everyone deserves a safe environment they can come to get what they need through exercising and training. Commit to get fit.
Oh My Glam Influence, an affordable alternative to designer fragrances. 10 amazing influence for you to choose from. Perfect for on the go, from the office to the gym to a night on the town. Find your essences with Oh My Glam's Influence. Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
A better future is out there. A fitter, happier, healthier one for you. You just need to know where to look. Made from 100% recycled material and built to last, Eco by Exto is planet positive, professional grade athletic gear. All the performance, none of the harm. Your better future is out there. Ours too. Go find it.
Glow Sunbed Hire is one of Northern Ireland's leading home hire sunbed providers. Part of the Glow Tanning Group, Glow Home Hire covers most of Northern Ireland and offers the best quality sunbeds and lamps. Robin Elliott tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influsense.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.
Tell us about this year's festival. You're in your 14th festival now, aren't you?
14th year. We did think we were going to go under with the COVID thing, but thanks to the Arts Council, they kept us afloat. Pardon the pun, but it's been really, really good. So we're back now, and we've 50 gigs over the weekend, 23rd, 24th, 25th of June. So it's all looking very, very good. We have kept the Rab McCulloch stage alive, which is very important for the city because he was a main focus and an encourager of the festival. It kept us all going. So we're back in business.
Brilliant. You're also got a special tribute to Gary Moore this year as well, haven't you?
Absolutely. Speedo Wilson and his friends, they're doing the last Sunday, the 25th at the Deer's Head Music Hall, which is very, very important that we honour Gary also, because he is one of our great, great guitar heroes.
Yeah. So who else is on the bill this year? I'm going to guess to say, is Miranda on the bill this year?
Miranda is on the bill. She is playing St Joseph's Church in Sailortown, which is a fantastic venue. A great group of people down there are regenerating the whole area and regenerating St Joseph's Church as a hub for the community and people afar. So Miranda Rosenberg, she's on there on the 24th of June, but also we have a brilliant band called the 219. They're in the Deer's Head on Friday the 23rd, and we've got another favourite band of mine, Crow Black Chicken. Don Martin, who's coming through the ranks. He's coming through the ranks big time, so there's lots on for everybody. Very, very important that people get out there and buy tickets. But there's a great vibe about the city, great vibe about the Blues Festival, and it's all happening.
So people who want their tickets, where do they go to for that?
Go to Eventbrite and visit belfast.com.
Abe, you were just saying there how relaxing and chilled it is to be here today.
Do you know what? This music that's currently playing, Tony Villiers and the guys are playing here, you can listen to this all day.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, and what a great event. What weather to launch the Belfast Blues event.
But of course, you'll have to leave us soon because you're on the air, aren't you?
Well, that's why I'm on the 00. Yeah, I'm on the air in a couple of hours, and then I'm off on holiday, so it's all good.
Yeah, indeed, your holiday starts right here. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. No, and Kirstie has just joined us. You're also having to work later on.
Yes, I'm going back to work later as well. So it's just wee soda water and lime for myself.
Kirstie, you're away from your country roots today, aren't you?
I am, but I like all music. I can listen to anything from Mozart to Slipknot and anything in between. So I just love music. So I'm always in awe of live music. There's something very special about it. And there's a great crowd here today listening to the guys. And they're doing a superb job. So yeah, I listen to anything, pretty much.
I think your bosses should just give you the playlist one day. I want to hear Mozart followed by Slipknot.
No, I've heard that show that you're talking about, and it's not going to be. Let's say no more about that.
I got my guitar humming, I got for good luck, my black too. I got my guitar humming, I got for good luck, my black too.
Music legend is standing beside me, the one and only Terry Sharpe. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Robin. Everything's grand. I've just got my first pint of the day, and I'm just looking forward to the whole thing today.
As we keep saying to everybody that I talk to today, this is the launch to be at. There's such a great vibe here, isn't there?
Absolutely, always is. Some great music. Music's great, and it's a fantastic vibe.
Talking earlier about Gary Moore, there's going to be a special show for Gary. And I said for the last few years, I've been involved a little bit in campaigning to get the statue of Gary. That's something that Belfast needs, isn't it?
Absolutely. We need to salute our musical heroes, all of them. I had the pleasure of spending a couple of nights with Gary and Phil Lynott in Germany a number of years ago, and we had a fabulous time. So I would erect a statue to Gary for that reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has...
And of course, not just Gary and Phil. I mean, you've shared the stages and the concerts with many great artists, even Fleetwood Mac.
That's right. That was a number of years ago. Yeah, they were. That was where was that? That was Britain and Europe, Britain, Ireland, and Europe. Yeah, we were all around the place, and that was amazing. It's actually easier to play in front of 5,500 people than it is to play in front of 50 people, because it's just, and that's one thing. It was great. It's great educator, going out and having to warm up in front of a massive band like that. Teaches you a lot of craft, so I'm glad we were able to do that. And it's all a learning curve anyway, the whole thing.
What about the adventures? Still going strong?
Yeah, we're doing a couple of things this year. We're still trying to write to get a new album finished, but as I keep saying, bits of life keep getting in the way of these things, but eventually we'll get around to it. We're going to try and get it out for early next year.
Brilliant. Well, the minute it's ready, come in and tell us all about it at the studio.
I will, of course, Robin. Okay, I will, of course.
Terry.
And all you guys, I hope to be seeing you on the road soon. Ciao, ciao.
About 15 days before they needed you, they told you to give you everything that you want. We'll give you light, we'll give you heat, won't leave you dying out on the street. We'll give you hate, we'll give you sound, we'll give you everything that you ever saw without broken promises.
So Bumper, every year now, this is the press launch that everybody talks about, isn't it?
This is the press launch that anybody goes to and everybody wants to go to, and they're all welcome to come anytime.
So again this year, you're one of the sponsors of it. So why did Kolormaster decide to get involved in the Blues Festival?
Kolormaster got involved in the Blues Festival because it's a real city-wide festival for everyone and anybody from any area, any level in life. It's not about anything except people.
Yeah. And the great thing about the blues music is you sit and you feel so relaxed and chilled listening to it, don't you?
Oh no, man! Even if you're hyper and they put this music on, you just cool right down. You just chill out. You don't need drink, you don't need drugs, you don't need anything. Put that music on, you're in another world.
Has played a massive part in Belfast's history, and the city is full of blues lovers. We've had our many blues legends across the years, including of course Gary Moore, who's going to be remembered in a very special gig as part of this year's festival. So yes, be a part of the big gigs, but be a part of the smaller gigs as well. It's terrific that as well as through Eventbrite and Visit Belfast, you can get gigs tickets for the big gigs, but some of the gigs are free as well, which is brilliant, and so many different venues around the city taking part. So get yourself a programme, get out, see as much live music as you can.
This is now established as one of the best launches, I think, in Belfast, isn't it?
Absolutely. The Belfast Blues Festival has been a staple in the music industry for many years. Seamus O'Neill started this 14 years ago. We obviously had the hiatus, whatever that means, during COVID, where we didn't happen. The fact that we're back open again, I think we've nearly all forgotten COVID and stuff like this. It's just good for the blood, it's good for the system, and when the sun is shining, that's the icing on the cake.
So are things good in Belfast for all the venues at the moment then?
Things are a lot better than they were, obviously. We don't need to dwell on the past. I mean, a lot of hospitality, like some retail, were struggling before COVID came, and unfortunately COVID was the nail in the coffin for a lot of people. But guess what? We're Belfast, we're Northern Ireland. It's the old, we're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland, but we're strong and we're resilient. And a lot of them are back open. And yes, things are on the up. There are obviously issues around staffing and cost of living. But you know what? We've come through worse, Robin, during the days of the trouble, financial crisis, the dot-com crisis. This is obviously and has been very serious, but I've been in this game 36, 37 years. I'm not going to say I've seen it all, because who would have predicted COVID? But I think the future is good. As I said up there earlier, the future's not cancelled.
No, exactly, no. And as you said, 37 years in the business, you've seen quite a lot from the early days of Bob Cratchit's right through.
I remember knocking you back at the door as a 13-year-old. Yeah, I mean, like, we opened Bob Cratchit's in 1987 in the midst of the Troubles. Some of your viewers will only read about the Troubles in the history books, but we lived it. You know, people like Kevin McAllister and those other DJs, that, you know, we came through the worst of it, and we cut our cloth and we cut our teeth, and they were the good days. And you know what the funny thing is? Back then, running pubs and everything, it was fun. Yes. I'm not saying it's not anymore, but it's just a little bit more difficult with cost of living and all this and all the red tape. But back then, it was just fun. And just for the record, when we opened Bob Cratchit's in 1987, the price of a pint of Guinness was £1.
And now in Belfast City Centre, you're up in some places £6.80 for a pint.
Yeah, and you know,
it's still not as bad as Dublin, though.
No, and I was in Dublin yesterday, and there were some horrendous stories. But Dublin, listen, Dublin has the tourists that we don't have. But listen, we have 170 cruise ships that have come in. There are people sitting here today who are on the cruise ship from Canada, and they're heading back out at 8 o'clock. They are having a beer at Kellys. They are seeing Belfast. So, like, we punch above our weight, and we've a lot to be proud of.
Exactly. There's something big happening in October. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, it's very much out there. Belfast City Council are, I believe, the main sponsor of a great event. It's on their website. It's called One Young World, and really it's the convergence of people between the ages of 18 and 30, I think, coming from something like 150 countries to converge in Belfast for a series of conferences in the ICC. And then they're going to have various events, one of which will certainly happen in Cathedral Quarter and will be a very significant event for Belfast. Great to get it. It was in Manchester last year, I think Tokyo 2 years before that, and a lot of work has gone into this with Belfast City Council and all the other sponsors I couldn't even name. So fair play to them. It's put Belfast on the map again, and that'll lead then into 2024, which is Culture Year for 2024. So you know what? Belfast, great place, wonderful town.
Broken promises, 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 all those broken promises. Thank you very much.
So some great stuff to look forward to, as always, at this year's Belfast City Blues Festival. So that's all we have time for on the show this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my guests as well. And of course, if you want to get in touch with us, you can drop me an email at robinelliottonight@gmail.com or send us a message on any of our social media channels. To play us out, we've got the ultimate summer song for 2023, the brand new single from Konnie Huq. It's called Pure Chores. See you back here, same time next week. Bye-bye.
I've crossed deserts for miles, swam water for time, searching places to find a piece of something to call mine. A piece of something to call mine. Coming closer to you. Ran along many moors, walked through many doors. The place where I wanna be is the place I can call mine. Is the place I can call somewhere I can breathe. I've got so much to see. This is where I wanna be, in a place I can call mine.
Robin Elliott Tonight is sponsored by Oh My Glam's Influence.
Amazing body sprays for everyone without the designer price tag.